Storm Tracker weather starts now with meteorologist Eric Johnson.
Election day ahead, and we are looking at winter weather advisories across most of north central Montana, and then some winter storm warnings. So that's where we're expecting the worst of the impacts, from Cascade County all the way over to Fergus County and then up into parts of southern Blaine County. So this is mainly going to be for our higher elevations, for the Bears Paw Mountains down towards the high woods and the Little Belts, where we could be looking at 1 to 2 feet of snow in some areas. Also up towards the Sweetgrass Hills, we're going to get as much as 10 inches of snow. So a pretty good event here for our mountains, and we are already starting to see the first round of snow pushing into the Great Falls area. It may start as some rain, but then we'll quickly change over to some snow. We've seen that it's transitioning over to some snow across a good part of Choteau County this morning. There are even some heavier areas of snow within this, but we will continue to see the snow really ramping up into the afternoon and evening. So as you're headed out to vote today, it's going to be pretty chilly. Our high temperature is going to happen during the late morning hours, and then throughout the rest of the day, those temperatures will be falling through the 30s, eventually into the 20s. And we'll see the steadiest snow during the late morning and early afternoon hours, and then that should begin to taper off heading through the late evening hours. But you can see those winds are going to be quite gusty today. We'll see sustained winds of about 20 to 25 miles per hour and some gusts over 40 miles per hour. And up in Havre, you'll see that snow a little bit earlier today during the late morning and early afternoon hours, likely maybe a half an inch of snow for Havre. We're not expecting too much for the High Line, with the exception of some of the higher elevation areas. And then as we do head towards the evening, that should start to taper off as well. But we're going to see those strong winds across all of north central Montana today, with widespread 40-mile-per-hour gusts likely. And again, we're seeing the snow continuing to push from northwest to southeast, northwest to southeast across the area. We're going to continue to see that snow dropping in, and that is going to lead to some upsloping against our mountain ranges here across central Montana, leading to some very heavy snowfall. And that's, again, where we're going to possibly look at 1 to 2 feet of snow. And then that should wrap up pretty quickly going into tonight and early tomorrow morning. And we'll start a warming trend that will continue through the rest of the week. But lots of sunshine in store for tomorrow. It's still going to be a little bit breezy, but should be a pretty pleasant day overall across the area. But looking at those snow totals, again, you'll be looking at anywhere from 1 to possibly as much as 3 feet of snow down in the Little Belts. Kings Hill Pass is going to be seeing some very heavy snow. I would not recommend traveling over those mountain passes for today. And then heading out towards Lewistown, we could pick up about 5 to 8 inches of snow, and then down towards the Snowy Mountains, we could actually see, you can see over 2 feet of snow in some areas. But then across the lower elevations, we're likely looking at anywhere between a coating up to about 2 to 3 inches of snowfall. And then down into the Helena Valley, likely less than an inch, but as you head down towards Jefferson City and Boulder, about 3 to 5 inches. And as you head north of Helena, likely looking at about 1 to 3 inches through Dearborn and up towards Wolf Creek. And then over into Marr County, we'll look at about 3 to 5 inches in White Sulphur Springs. But even if we don't see a lot of snow in the plains, we're going to see very strong winds blowing that snow around. So we'll see wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour. Pretty widespread today. That will push into eastern Montana later tonight, and that wind should start to diminish in central Montana before it picks up. Once again, going into tomorrow, we'll still see some stronger wind gusts for the Rocky Mountain fronts. But again, our high temperatures are happening pretty early on today, and then we will be falling through the rest of that day with any rain transitioning over to snow for today. And for the High Line, we're not expecting any heavy precipitation, just some light rain and snow in northeastern Montana. High of about 44 for Glasgow, and then we'll warm things up for the rest of the week. Highs in the mid-50s by Friday, and it'll be a warm and windy weekend.
Well, the calendar is turned to November, which means the air gets chillier, the stakes get higher, and the plays get better as we dive headfirst into the postseason. This week's MTN Game Changers features first-round football.